the Androscoggin River Valley, the people, the places, the events, the history, all that makes up the vibrant story of the towns of the Androscoggin River Valley from Lewiston, Auburn through Mexico, Rumford, and Bethel to New Hampshire. Welcome to the September 2016 edition of Today River Valley. Today River Valley is the video news feature program for the towns of the Androscoggin Valley in western Maine. My name is Phil Blampede. I am the host and producer of the program. In this edition, we're going to be asking the question, where are the women? What we mean by that is, why are there so few women in local government? More than half the population here is female, yet only about a fifth of the office holders in this area are women. We're going to be talking to some current female office holders to see if they can help us explain why this is so. We'll also be looking at some of the fairs, festivals, and events that took place during the summer in western Maine. In particular, a very exciting fireworks show that took place in Rumford, Maine. Unfortunately, it was exciting not only because of the way it looked, but also because there was a rumor of a terrorist attack at the event. The rumor was completely false. Officials did the right thing and did not cancel the event. But how can something like that happen in our area? We're going to take a look at that. We'll be right back after a few messages. Looking for a convenient and inexpensive place to stay in western Maine? Visit the Paris Inn Motel, located conveniently on Route 26 in South Paris, a short drive from the Oxford Casino and the attractions of the Bethel area. Newly renovated rooms, open year-round.
Bill never liked food very much.
I never liked food very much.
Then one day, he happened to go into Connie's place on Congress Street in Rumford just to ask the time of day. Before he knew it, the aroma of great cooking overcame his better judgment, and he was sitting down with the menu in his hand.
This looks good.
He said, looking at the corned beef on rye.
That looks good.
He said, looking at the fish and chips.
This is even better.
He said, looking at the mouth-watering nachos. Then the food came, and Bill had a revelation.
I do like food.
Connie's place. You all like the food. Even Bill does.
Bethel Outdoor Adventure on Route 2 in Bethel, Maine. Kayaking, paddleboarding, canoe and kayak trips, tubing down the river, sluicing for precious stones, and camping in a park-like setting.
What we offer here is family-friendly adventure in a stunningly beautiful location. We're in the mountains of western Maine. We're on the shores of the Androscoggin River. It is really a beautiful, beautiful place for you to come and recreate.
Nothing beats camping out in the fall in western Maine, and at Bethel Outdoor Adventure you'll find a gem of a campground, small, family-friendly, and impeccably maintained, with full hookups and space for everything from the largest RV to the smallest tents. Ask about our group sites, and the campground is right on the river with river access, and there are hot showers with unlimited hot water. Fall is a special time in New England. Make the most of it at Bethel Outdoor Adventure.
Maurice Restaurant on Main Street in South Paris. The incomparable flavors of French and continental cooking tailored to the hearty American appetite. Generous shrimp cocktail, escargot, chicken chablis, baked stuffed haddock, topped sirloin with shiitake mushrooms, French onion soup, corned beef Reuben, and a chocolate mousse parfait. Maurice Restaurant, open Tuesday to Saturday and for Sunday brunch.
The following segment is sponsored by Main Street Dental Hygiene at 131 Main Street, Mexico, Maine. Main Street Dental Hygiene provides preventative oral care in a relaxed atmosphere. Lisa is an independent dental hygienist with 35 years experience. Take the first step to a brighter smile. Call Ray today at 207-364-1480. When it comes to local government in western Maine, the question is, where are the women? In Oxford County, the census says that women comprise more than half the population. Yet adding up all the select board members throughout the county, there are 94 men and only 26 women. In the cities of Lewiston and Auburn, women make up nearly 52% of the population. Yet on the city councils there are 11 men and only 4 women. 50 years after the modern feminist movement developed, something is keeping women from full and equal participation in the governance of their own communities, certainly in western Maine, if not elsewhere as well.
I think they may feel a little intimidated, thinking they don't have anything to offer. Because sometimes women have got to try harder than men do to be in the same place, and I think that they may be intimidated by that.
I think that they've got to overcome the concerns of being in the limelight or being a part of a board that can get contentious, or being called on to meet the expectations of certain groups of citizens. And I think they have to get beyond that and feel that they have something to contribute.
Not all of us were raised up to put ourselves out there. And it does take a certain amount of, well, guts, courage, whatever you want to call it.
If many women in Western Maine seem to hesitate to get involved in government, the women you've just seen are the exception. They're all serving on the select boards in their respective towns. On the screen now is a July meeting of the Hartford, Maine Select Board, which not only has women on the board, it is in fact an all-female board, the only one in the area. In most local communities, an all-male board is the far more common situation.
I think it's a variety of things. My name is Noreen Clark, and I am the current chairman of the Dixfield Select Board. First of all, I think women tend to be busy and have families and jobs and are, trying to do a lot in their life, and they don't feel that they have time for what they refer to as politics or town boards and so forth. Some of them shy away from the confrontation that happens when people don't agree. Some of them still, I think, though I think it's far changed from what it was, I think some still have the feeling that it's not a woman's place, that's a man's job.
Yeah, so there's been some studies done about why women don't run for office. So I'm Jill Barkley. I'm the Executive Director of Emerge Maine. We recruit, train, and support Democratic women to run for office. Oftentimes men self-select to run for office, and they feel that they are qualified to run, whereas we've learned that women need to be asked several times, and even when they're asked, they sometimes hesitate and think that maybe they're not the right person for the job. So at Emerge, we try to overcome that by creating a shift in our culture where we talk about the different ways that women are qualified to bring a unique voice to the table.
That changed for me very short time after I moved to Dixfield. They had a 15-man finance committee and I say man purposely, for years. And I got a call one night and asked if I was interested in being on that finance committee. And I said, "You must be calling for my husband. Just a minute, I'll get him." He said, "No, I'm not. I'm calling to see if you would." Well, that was my first experience with working with men, and 14-1 is fairly bad odds, but it worked out very well, and eventually I was chairman of the finance committee. So I encourage anyone to, if they have a topic that they are passionate about, they should take part.
My reason for getting into this was, well, in the first, somebody asked me if I would consider running, and I was flabbergasted, more than flattered that anybody would even ask me. And then once I got into it, I guess I don't do anything in a halfway measures. I went all the way with it. So, but the other thing is that, man, I don't know. I guess the reason I really did this was because I had already lived here for, 30 years almost, and I felt like it was time to give something back. Can you really live in a place like all that time and never participate? I guess you can, because a lot of people do, but it just didn't seem like the right thing for me.
So when we interview a woman to take part of our program, one of the questions that we ask her is to describe a time that she was a leader or took on a leadership role. And oftentimes the women will undersell this and talk and say, well, it wasn't really that big of a deal, but I did end up chairing a commission that addressed the pollution in York County that was coming to us from New Hampshire. Not a big deal. And so something that we're able to do in that moment is to say that actually is a big deal. And that shows that you took initiative, you were able to organize within your community, bring people together to address an issue and to have an impact. And so we just point out areas of their life where they've already been leaders, where they've already made a difference, and where they already are respected in their community.
There's a lot of people who don't want to volunteer anymore. It's hard to fill boards sometimes to conduct the necessary town business. And it's a real need, and women need to know that there's a place for them, and they would be greatly appreciated and welcomed.
In the end, how much does it matter whether more women get involved? Would local government be better with more women? In our next segment, we'll look at what special qualities there might be that women bring to local government, and hear from the women on the Hartford, Maine Select Board what it's like running the only all-female board in the area. If your shoes don't feel right or your feet hurt, don't ignore the warning signs. Visit Pine Tree Orthopedic Lab in Livermore Falls, the leading provider of corrective shoes and accessories in Maine. Foot problems can lead to pain in the knee, hip, and back. At Pine Tree Orthopedic Lab, we design footwear to relieve pain or discomfort from disease, overuse, or congenital conditions. In our retail showroom, there are 4 certified pet orthotists who provide your initial foot exam at no charge. All manufacturing of your custom footwear, orthotics, and braces is done on site.
Hi, I'm Bruce McDonald, president of Pine Tree Orthopedic Lab, and I'd like to invite you to come to the most unique shoe store in Maine, where we are the foot comfort specialists.
Don't ignore that discomfort. Pine Tree Orthopedic Lab, open Monday through Friday 8 to 5, Saturday 8 to 2. Excuse me, sir, are you getting a little shaggy around the ears but can't find time for a haircut? Well, now you can. At Lisa's Barbershop at 178 Main Street in Mexico, owner Lisa Shardlow specializes in quick haircuts. No appointment is necessary and there's rarely a wait. At Lisa's, the motto is cut and go. It's the perfect place to get the kids a quick back-to-school haircut. And when we say quick, we aren't kidding. There's a back-to-school special price of only $8 this season. And don't forget that all kids get to pick a toy from the toy box when the haircut is done. Open Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to noon. The Jolly Drayman Pub and the Briarley Inn, a gracious inn in Bethel, Maine, with an authentic British pub featuring classic pub fare.
This is Helena at the Jolly Drayman Briarley Inn. Stop by, come to see us. Looking forward to your visit.
The Jolly Drayman, the authentic British pub in Bethel, Maine.
A local hub in the historic village of Norway, Cafe Nomad offers breakfast and lunch, sourcing fresh local ingredients when available, serving Carabasset coffee, and we have a great wine and beer selection. Hi, this is Alyssa, manager at Cafe Nomad. You can find us online at cafenomad.com and like us on Facebook.
You're watching Today River Valley, the video news feature program for the Androscoggin River Valley in western Maine.
In our last segment, we looked at how women are greatly underrepresented in local government. Adding up all the members of all the select boards in Oxford County, there are only 26 women, yet 94 men. Does this matter? Would local government be better if there were more women? Women who are already serving in local government say yes. They think it would be better if more women would join them.
Oh, I always think it would be better. At one time, we had a board of 3 women and 2 men, and it worked very well. We had a couple of men who were very willing to work on whatever subject was the issue at the time, and everybody shared their opinions, and it was a good time for the board.
I think women are generally more solicitous. They're more communicative. I believe that they are. Men, I've always felt, are more fact-oriented. Women have a lot of feeling, and it's just the way we're made, you know. And I think women are more approachable. That's a good word for it. They're more approachable generally.
Men tend more to say this is the way it is and it's tough on you, or this is we won, you didn't. However, men deal with things like that. Women tend to be a little more soft and a little more, gee, I'm sorry that didn't go your way, but I can't see my way to vote differently. Or I think it's just a subtle difference.
We're pretty good about listening to everybody in the room. If you had somebody who was just not the sort of person to listen to others, then I feel like you'd have a whole different, well, a vibe, for lack of the better word. You'd have a whole bit different tone for what's going on. And frankly, I paid attention. I was on the budget committee before I was on the select board, and I was paying attention back along when we had all men on the select board. And well, listening and incorporating other people's ideas was not their strong suit, I think is how I'd have to put that. Sometimes it took a petition, in fact, to get them to accept other people's ideas.
If there's a test case for how more participation by women in local government might turn out, it could be in Hartford, Maine, with its all-female board.
I think it's a great idea, and my thinking is sometimes it takes a village to come up with the best idea.
Well, this is that kind of town. I'm telling you. It takes a lot of thoughts put together. Yes. I can recall wondering at some point, and I don't remember when, whether the town is really ready for an all-woman select board, but it's felt quite natural to me.
No one's opposed any of us in re-elections here. So
I've had opposition. I've had opposition every time. Yeah. Oh yeah, I sure have. At least since I've been chairman, I have a very collaborative way of doing it. I mean, try to hold order. There have been times when it's things have really erupted. We've had incidents of incivility. It's happened, but ever since I've been doing this, I've kind of an inclusive nature around that. I sort of feel like it shouldn't just be the three. It ought to be, anyone who cares enough to actually be here. I mean, unless they're here for a specific beef, anyone who cares enough to actually be here deserves to be called upon and recognized and to have their thoughts considered. We had a junkyard hearing a little while ago when we had 4 adult males all hollering at the same time. And that got a little bit vociferous, I guess I'd call it. And I stood up and said, whoa, 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 whoa. And then people slowed down for a minute. I said, okay, I know you guys haven't been to a whole lot of these meetings, so let me explain to you how this works. When you want to talk to somebody, you have to address the chair, which would be me. And I will make sure you get heard and your concerns are addressed. And that's how we run these meetings. And it worked. It worked. I mean, it worked. So what can I say? We haven't had too many incidents like that. We did have an incident not too long ago at a public hearing where somebody waved his shoe in the air. But, and some hollering ensued, but then somebody exited and things quieted down kind of quickly. So, I mean, things like that do happen, but it's not, it's not real regular. And I feel as though being inclusive is a piece of what helps. Because the people who do show up here, and we have people who show up here on a pretty regular basis, I think they feel like, that they're part of this.
Picture the name and logo of your business or organization on an attractive polo shirt, windbreaker, cap, or t-shirt. Then come by Perfect Stitch on Route 26 in South Paris, where you can turn that vision into a reality. Perfect Stitch is the place to go in Western Maine for embroidery, screen printing, and promotional items. With full-scale production right on site, Perfect Stitch can fill any order from a single shirt to dozens of them. Offering advertising and promotional items as well, Perfect Stitch is the one-stop shop for all all your promotional needs.
I'm Amy Ford. I own and operate Perfect Stitch Embroidery. Come on in and see the wide variety of products we offer at our showroom at 191 Park Street in South Paris. We can help you figure out what products would fit your needs best. Hope to see you soon.
Mountain Valley Variety at Four Corners in Rumford, known as the happiest corner in town, is twice as happy with a new expansion that has more than doubled its size. If there's a cold beverage, you'll find it here with 20 cooler doors and the coldest and largest beer cave in Maine.
Hi, I'm Rick from Mountain Valley Variety in Rumford. I want to welcome you to my brand new beer cave. We have over 500 items in all. Whatever you want, we either have or we can get.
Head to Mountain Valley Variety for grab-and-go pizza, sandwiches, lobster rolls, hot foods. Don't forget the hand-cut steaks if you're grilling out tonight.
Come on down to Mountain Valley Variety and see us all.
Let's look at Turner, Maine, a town with a country feel, located just north of Lewiston, Auburn. Centered on busy Route 4 is a vibrant business community with numerous stores and services. Let's take a look at some of them. Looking for an inexpensive but reliable used car? Shop Duval Auto Sales on Route 4 in Turner. Just check out these great reviews on Google.
Hi, this is Darren from Duval Auto Sales. I'm here to tell you that we sell quality cars to the hard-working people of Central Maine.
Here's news from Scott's Recreation, a newly expanded inventory of RVs from entry-level travel trailers to high-end fifth wheels. Now featuring end-of-season pricing. Get a deal on a new RV while there's still a lot of camping left. Scott's Recreation, with locations on Route 4 in Turner, Maine and Route 202 in Manchester, Maine.
When you think of Subaru, think of RJB & Son. We thoroughly service every Subaru we sell and specialize in Subaru auto repair to ensure that the car you drive is 100% safe and reliable.
When you think of Subaru, think of RJB & Son.
1026 Route 4, Turner.
When you visit Western Maine, step out of the ordinary. Stay in Victorian splendor at Holiday House Bed and Breakfast, where our guests relax in the elegant surroundings true to the style and atmosphere of 100 years ago. It's your Victorian home away from home. Holiday House Bed and Breakfast, right on Main Street in the center of Bethel Village. Open year-round. Washing machines are offering more and more features each year. Well, you may not find anything quite like this yet at Larson's Electric Service in Mexico, but you'll find the latest in everything from washing machines to refrigerators to stoves. With Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Maytag brands, Larson's offers free delivery and setup of your new appliance plus removal of your old appliance. Over 50 years experience, Larson's, 13 Main Street, Mexico, Maine.
So come on in. Let us open new doors for you. After all, we are the people-pleasing agency serving all your real estate needs.
You are watching Today River Valley, the video news feature program for the towns of the Androscoggin Valley in Western Maine.
This summer was filled with the familiar abundance of lively community fairs, festivals, and events in western Maine, and the fireworks came back to Rumford, Maine again, drawing people from throughout the region. Unfortunately, the fireworks weren't the only source of excitement. The rumor mill in town came alive with the unlikely story that a terrorist attack was going to happen. Officials didn't believe it, and the event went on as planned, but some people left early. How did such an improbable story get started? We'll get back to that in a second, but first let's look at a sampling of some of the other calmer events and the people who made them happen this summer. Maliakat Day, Bethel, Maine.
My name is Vicki Burden, and my business is Shaker Girl Quilts. There isn't any color that you cannot put with another color, and it will work. Any color will work.
My name is Mary Harrington. I'm local here to the Bethel area. I live in Albany Township, and from my home I produce a lot of different smelly things. Soaps, candles, deodorants, lip balm, bug repellent.
I'm Fawn Palmer, and this is called rug artistry. Rug artistry is the process of doing inlays of different colors. And where the artistry part comes in, not only is it in the design, but it's in the carving of the seams.
Because if I'm a predator, and I think it's a good idea to eat the porcupine, and he's black and he's white, and then I go up to him, he raises his quills because he can squeeze his muscles, called erectae pili muscles, to angle his quills. We have those same muscles. That's what causes us to have goosebumps, except we cannot control them. This animal can. So he squeezes his muscles and he sticks them up. And all of a sudden, boom, he's yellow. Now if I'm a predator, I'm gonna go, whoa! Why are you yellow, porcupine?
The Norway Arts Festival, Norway, Maine.
My name's Karen Parkinson. I'm a plein air painter. I'm here with Michael Everett. He's also a painter, but we're from Plein Air Painters of Maine. Just doing a demonstration today, trying to beat the weather.
My name is Melissa Fuller. Basically, I work with a few different types of mediums. I do oil and watercolor, and basically I just try to capture some really intense moments that I think are beautiful.
Time for sleep, my little one. Tomorrow will be here soon. Close your eyes and I will tell the cycle of the moon.
Leaving memories of a laughing house, but today it's quiet as a mouse.
A full moon rises as the sun is going down, lighting up the darkness in country and in town.
Until the next holiday lands on the map, but till then, I think I'll just take a little nap. Thank you.
And over old home days, and over Maine.
So this is what again?
Miniature horse. This is Willow.
Okay, back to Rumford. The Rumford fireworks ended with a dramatic finale, but many people had already left, frightened by the false rumor that a terrorist attack might happen. Apparently, a police officer saw 3 Middle Eastern-looking men buying pizza in a local store. The men asked if there were any big events taking place. As innocent as most people would think that to be, it was enough somehow to raise the officer's suspicion, and for some reason the officer was unable to keep those suspicions quiet. The story spread rapidly on social media, feeding on ignorance and fear. The fireworks organizers made the right decision, however, and even while asking the police for added protection, did go ahead with the show. And so, as every year, the brilliant displays lit up the night sky, celebrating the American freedoms, which this year especially included one of the most important: freedom from fear. Well, that's it for the September edition of Today River Valley. This is Phil Blampede, the host and producer of the program. Leaves will be changing soon. Enjoy the season. See you next month.